Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over the sine rule. Essentially, the sine rule is a very useful way of finding a side or an angle you don't know for triangles that don't have a right angle. So this is for any triangle that you get. You can use the sine rule because obviously normal trig only works for right angle triangles. So here I've got a scalene triangle, as you can see, and what I've done here is I've marked each angle with capital A, B, and C. Now what I've done is I've looked at the side that's opposite that angle, and then I've marked it with a lowercase a, b, and c. And the sine rule essentially tells us that sine a over a equals to sine b over b equals sine c over c. So what this means is that the angle A, when we take the sine of angle A, we divide it by the length of the side that's opposite it, that is the same as sine of angle B over length B, say is equal to sine of angle C over length C. That's a pretty simple rule to remember, and it's not a very difficult formula to remember. It's just sine A over A equals sine B over B equals sine C over C. It's just basically the alphabet with sine. So here's a question that you could possibly get, and I'm going to show you how you can answer this. So we're trying to find out this length x centimeters. And as you can see, we have two angles and one side, and we're looking for another side. So this is the kind of question you want to be using the sine rule on. When you have two angles and one side and you're looking for another side, or if you have two sides and one angle and you're looking for another angle. So this is a very useful method for questions like this. First thing you want to do is you want to label it A and B. Doesn't matter about labeling C because we don't need it right now. So we've got the angle A, which is 38 degrees, the angle B, which is 100 degrees, and then I've labeled the sides that are opposite to them with the lowercase a and b. And that's our sine rule right there. So all we have to do now is sine 38 over x equals sine 100 over 13. So I've just done sine a over a equals sine b over b. And if you rearrange that for x, we get x equals 13 sine 38 over sine 100. And then if we solve that, we get x equals 8.1 centimeters to one decimal place. This is a very simple question. All we have to do is just sub numbers in. This is a slightly more difficult question, and here they have already marked the A, B, and C. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and mark the sides that we have. So we're looking for the angle B, and we have the angle C, and then we have the sides B and C. So what we want to do here is, again, sine rule. Sine B over 20 equals sine 35 over 12. So we rearrange for sine B, that gives us 0.955 something something something. And when we do the inverse sine of that, we get b equals 72.9 degrees. But the question tells us that angle ABC is obtuse. So what that means is that the angle ABC is greater than 90 degrees. And 72.9 is obviously less than 90. So here what I've done is just have a little sketch of the sine graph. If you haven't watched my video on trig graphs, I highly recommend watching it because this is a very important and useful trick that you can use in your exam for questions like this. And essentially what I've done is I've marked on a roundabout where 0.955 could be. It doesn't really matter where I've marked it. Just what matters here is we can see that for that value between 0 and 360, we have two values for the angle. And the first value on the left side, so before the 90 degrees, that'll be a 72.9. We want to find out the other one that's on the right hand side of the 90 degrees. So in my video on trig graphs, I gave the formula sine x equals sine 180 minus x. And if we do that, we get 107 degrees to 300 to 360. And that's all you have to do. Just looking at the symmetry of the graph, you do 180 minus 72.9. And that gives you the answer. So thanks for watching. I hope this was really helpful. And good luck for your GCSEs. If you want me to go over any specific topics, do let me know down in the comments below. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching. Bye.